Hello everyone. In NSXT 2.0, we introduced a feature called App Discovery. That allowed us to monitor the communications from one VM to another VM and see what applications were talking. It was later deprecated in NSXT 2.5. For our customers who are interested in upgrading to 3.0, that feature needs to be disabled. If we don't, we may see our config directory flip to 100%. We may have an issue trying to log into our NSX Manager where we get to the splash screen, but we can't actually log into it. Or if we have a clustered instance, one manager may be working and the other one may not be working. So let's talk about how we can verify if we have it enabled. We have two different ways. The first one is via the GUI, and the second one is via an API. And the API we'll be using doesn't exist in 3.0, which is another reason we should take care of it before we upgrade to 3.0. Let's start with the GUI method first. I've already logged into our NSX Manager, and I'm currently at the home page. I then want to click on Advanced Network and Security. Once in there, I'm going to scroll to the bottom and click on Groups. I created a group called Web Tier. And if I look at the session status, it currently has a green circle next to it and says it's up to date. This tells me that App Discovery is enabled on this group. If I look at our app tier, we can see we're missing that information and that App Discovery is not enabled on that group. Let's take a look at the API next. I'm currently on the Authentication tab. This is where I'll put in the credentials to log into our NSX Manager. It's currently set to no auth. I want to switch this to basic auth. The username will be admin, and I'll enter the password for our account. I want to make sure that our dropdown says get because we're pulling information. I then need to switch over to our KB article. This is where I can find our API call. I'll copy this information and switch back to Postman. I'll then put in the fully qualified domain name of our NSX Manager, followed by the information we previously copied. With all that, I can then press send to find out, do we have it enabled? The key piece of information is the result count. If it's anything greater than 0, in this case 1, then we know we have it enabled. And then we need to go through the fix actions to disable it. If I switch back to our KB article, under the attachment section, I can see two files. I need to download those and SCP them over to our NSX Manager. In a previous video, we walked through the process if it's not enabled and how to allow it for root authentication. I've already enabled it, and I'm currently copying it to the temp directory. I've SSH'd into our NSX Manager, and then I'll drop into our engineering mode. I'll CD into our temp directory where we can see those two files are located. To run the script, we'll need three pieces of information. The first one is the IP address of our NSX Manager, and I'll just use NSLOOKUP to get that information. The second is our username, which is most likely admin, how we log into the NSX Manager. And the third one is the password for that admin account. For the password, it has to be in the clear and it has to be in the command line. My initial thought was, I'll just press enter after password and let it prompt me. In the case of the script, it doesn't do it. We have to actually put the password in the command itself. When I pressed enter, I got an error. And that's because I had special characters in my password. I have to do something called escaping, which tells our OS, treat this like an exclamation point versus trying to do something with it. And what I'm looking for is success. It successfully found the session and cleaned it up. And what's happening is when we upgrade to 3.0, we've got a process that goes through and cleans up all our tables. It does maintenance on our database. When we go to 3, that doesn't exist anymore. And so those tables, they start getting bigger, which fills up our config partition. Let's jump back over to Postman, our API tool, to see what it looks like now. I'm going to click on send, and we now can see the results are 0. This tells me that it's been successfully disabled and cleaned up. And then if we jump over to our NSXT Manager, we can currently see it's also disabled. To wrap up this video, we talked about App Discovery and why it was important to disable it before we begin the upgrade process to 3.0. We then jumped into the GUI and we looked at APIs to see if it was enabled. We walked through the process of running the script and then verifying it was disabled. I'd like to thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and I hope it's been informative.